It's almost impossible to overstate just how much is riding on the success of James Gunn's Superman, not just for the future of the DC universe on film, but also for Warner Brothers in general. This is a movie, after all of the misfires, after all the flops we've seen over the last several years, this is the movie that's supposed to right the ship. And of course, it's fallen under heavy scrutiny, and in large part due to the very mixed results and sometimes disastrous results from a lot of the test screenings that have occurred over the past several months. And with a budget of over $300 million, at least according to Warner Brothers' officially filed tax documents, this movie has to be a smash hit to be successful. And certainly, if it's not, could change a lot of the plans that James Gunn has for the DCU going forward. But we've seen a lot of mixed reactions to these test screenings, a lot of criticism from the people that have attended some of these test screenings over the past several months, from the political jabs that are in there, to jokes about the Snyder Cut, to the online campaign that Superman is going through. A lot of questionable inclusions from what we've heard already in this movie. And apparently, Warner Brothers is hearing all of this, and they're paying a lot of attention, and they've already taken action to change the film drastically. James Gunn's Superman undergoes course correction to make it less goofy, at least according to these reports. Now, a lot of this stemmed from the report of the official runtime for this movie, which is just over 2 hours, which I do think sometimes these films get a little bit too long. You can cut some things. This is also a movie that has a lot of different characters and apparently a lot of different storylines going on. Apparently, they made a lot of changes. Superman faced major changes after test screenings, reshoots, less humor, shorter runtime, new editor and composer. So yeah, a lot of changes over the past few months. After days reveal the Superman runtime, the real story might be what's happening behind the scenes. After asking around, it was uncovered that the road to release had been anything but smooth for DC Studios' flagship reboot. Tensions are high at Warner Brothers, where David Zaslav and DC Studio leads James Gunn and Peter Safran are scrutinizing every frame to avoid another franchise misfire. Sources close to the production say the film received a mixed reception at earlier test screenings, and we talked about that months ago when it happened, triggering a cascade of changes. Gunn's original cut apparently leaned heavier on humor, something the execs weren't entirely sold on. In response, several comedic beats were cut, trimming down both the tone and the runtime. More intriguingly, one of the film's editors was quietly removed mid-process, leading to a slight reworking of the film's structure. This was somewhat of a tweak and signaled a slight shift in how the story was being presented. Some key sequences were shuffled, and minor scenes were added during recent reshoots. And reshoots in general, they're something that James Gunn doesn't do. Famously, he doesn't do reshoots. This film he did reshoots for, which kind of tells you how much is righted on this and how much people are scrutinizing every single thing. The music department wasn't spared either. A second composer was brought in late in the game to reshape the score, suggesting the tone may have been in flux as recently as a few weeks ago. It's all part of what one insider described as a slight course correction. Altogether, 25 minutes of footage has been trimmed from earlier versions, giving the final cut a leaner feel. The adjustments hint at a studio anxious to get it right, especially with this being the first major installment in the rebooted DC universe. Now, the fact that they're really committed to get everything good, hey, you should try to get this as best you can. You should be scrutinizing every scene. You should be scrutinizing every decision. That should probably be the status quo for all these fucking movies that have come out. But you can't undersell how important this is. How much is riding on the success of this movie? How much they need to get it right with that much money tied up in it. And this is the step, the first step, your reboot after... We've had 5 years, basically, of total and complete failures. Since Joker came out in 2019, the only successful, the only profitable movie that they've put out was The Batman, right? That's it. All of the other stuff that came out during that time, whether it's The Flash or Black Adam or Aquaman 2 or Joker 2 or the Harley Quinn Birds of Prey movie, Blue Beetle, like you name it. Continue on and on and on. All of them fucking failed. All of them lost money. This is it. They need to get it right. And the fact that they're cutting so much, who knows? Maybe those mutant monkey trolls that Lex Luthor was leaning into, was using, maybe those won't be in the movie. Who knows what they could have potentially cut if you cut 25 minutes off of the original cut that has been screened and how much could change. But one thing is clear, Their assholes are puckered at Warner Brothers and at DC over this, and they should be. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.